It's not really just can't sleep. It's getting late now. It's maybe already 12 in the middle of the night. I really can't sleep. So, why don't we have a small discussion about something important? The audio is probably really bad. Let me go into the main room. I'm going to turn on the light here. Let's have a discussion about what you can do if you're really struggling to sleep. Oh man. Well, firstly, you need to understand why you can't sleep. And I was busy on the computer making videos and checking all the analytics on YouTube, man. I've been making videos every single day, one video every single day, pushing out great content like thumbnails and stuff like that. But nothing really seems to work, and I just feel like royally effed. So I can't sleep, and nothing seems like it's working. I even created an online shop, and then using a local e-commerce site, just like Amazon, but our local equivalent. Then I loaded up all of that, all of those products. I already have like 100 on the platform, but nothing's getting sales, and only 2 or 3 of those items have gotten a few likes and are getting bumped. The rest of them, out of the 60, 55 are being pushed down, and they aren't doing well. So I'm really like, don't know what to do right now. So what can you do if you don't really know, if you can't sleep? Well, I mean, here there are loads of books on my table here, so many. So I mean, you could read a book if you really can't sleep. Maybe you could turn off the light and like try to go to sleep, but I mean, you can't fall asleep. Something else that you might be able to do is stand in front of the fan, and you can just sit there, have it blow on you, and then maybe you get tired of that and you'll fall asleep. That's what you can do if you can't fall asleep. Well, you know what else you can do? You could copy me, and you could also film a really long video. I mean, I don't want this to be short. I want to give you guys good ideas. There are loads of different things you could do. Maybe you could take photos of all your items or all your stuff around your house, and then basically put that on Facebook or put that online and try and sell it. That's another idea you could do if you can't sleep. Something else that you might be able to do is exercise. So, just like me over here, I have so many weights, and I use them virtually every day. You can't sleep. Why don't you hit your arms? Maybe you could hit abs. Maybe you could hit your chest, or do your back by doing loads and loads of pull-ups. I mean, that takes a lot of time and a lot of strength. Something else you could do. Oh, here's another perfect idea. If you're really struggling to sleep, you might be able to clean up your room, or you can just stand and pace up and down. Now, if you make a video like I do, then maybe you might wake someone up. And two sides of that coin. Firstly, you're going to wake someone up and they're going to be angry. But the other side is they might be able to join you with your video, which makes it more exciting and more engaging. So let me see if I can keep on telling you guys what to do if you can't sleep. And maybe someone will just knock on that door and say, shush, keep quiet. Now, if you can't sleep like I can't sleep, you can always go into the next room. So that was the first room. But there's also a second room here. And I have a story to tell you about this fridge. So once, as I told you, I was sitting on this local e-commerce site, just like Amazon, but a local equivalent. And I'm telling you, the sales were popping off. Popping off. I don't know why, but it was just that the algorithm was bumping all the products. So I had so much money, let's say $1,000 plus. In one day I earned it and I had that cash in my bank account. And I decided, forget about school, I'm dropping out, I'm going to go move out. So what I did was I found a place where I could rent a property for a lump sum of cash would be less than $1,000 per month. So I was already sorted with the property to stay at. Then I went and bought food at a local wholesaler so I can get cheap food and lots of it. And I also decided if I'm moving out, then not only do I need to get, clothes, but I also need to get a fridge. So this is a beautiful fridge. But the tricky thing is, once it was plugged in, it started making so much noise. And as you guys can see, that's the second room that we just came from, our bedroom. So having a fridge here made lots of noise, just like the fans making lots of noise, and perhaps this is ruining the audio. And I had to eventually unplug the fridge. By the time I unplugged the fridge, I realized that I'd passed the refund date. You only have 7 to 14 days, or 14 days in my case. So after that date had passed, I wasn't able to get my cash back. So here you can see this big fridge. It really just stinks of plastic. There's nothing in it. And something interesting is that's the milk that I bought when I was moving out, because I bought carrots, I bought apples, I bought milk, I bought all the things you need to move out. So that's ridiculous. I'll tell you something else. Over here is a piece of paper, and it's basically a goal. So what it says is that, I mean, this is from 2 years ago. Goals that I wrote down when when my Take A Lot, or not Take A Lot, but when it was Take A Lot. Okay, you know what? Came out, selling on Take A Lot. You can search Take A Lot in South Africa. It's big. When my Take A Lot business was popping off, I was making a lot of money. That's why I bought the fridge. So let's read it here. It says the first one is porcelain veneers, because who wants to have gaps in their teeth? I mean, come on. Porcelain veneers. And the second thing was, I really wanted to get a motorbike, and I realized that that's going to give me lots of freedom, but in order to do it, it has to be a certain regulation, and it had to be less than 125cc. So on this says a Honda 125cc. Again, back then I was younger than 18. And the third one was a CLA 45. Now, that's not really a very good car. In my opinion, it's on the same level as a Honda Civic, maybe a little bit more. I should have wrote there like McLaren or Lamborghini or Ferrari or SF90 or something awesome. But I just took a generic car, which is maybe why I haven't looked at this target sheet in years. And then I was telling you about how I was going to get there. So more important than having the goal to have this item, that item, veneers and cars, etc. Most important thing was the process that I was taking to get there. And here I've actually go back to the process. It says 360 products a day. So it was actually volume of 39 products a day. So if I just take this advice, then maybe I might be able to achieve a similar result. I made a few mistakes when it came to selling. I didn't manage my cash flow, spent it all. Learned the lesson though. Now I'm paying the price of having the fridge, but not really having a genuine business. That's why I'm trying all these different things, but nothing seems to be working, and it's terrible. Something else that I want to show you here, and that's a cup. Now, if you guys are watching and are still listening at this point, well, here's a cup, and I want to raise it to you. In fact, if it's an empty cup, that's genuinely pointless. I mean, do you think it's pointless? So, right now that I can't sleep, I'm going to take a cup, and we're going to fill it with a very special substance, which is also called aqua. So, I'm going to fill it with aqua. And to you, I raise a cup. Let me turn off this because it's ruining the audio. To you, I raise a cup. For listening to what I have to say, hopefully you inspired and motivated so late at night, 12 a.m. Does that make sense? Past midnight, it would be 11:59 p.m. and 12 a.m. would be 12 in the morning. So, I don't really understand. But I want to raise a cup to you. Well done for staying alive. Well done for being here today. Well done for having a cell phone with you, or a laptop, or if you're watching this on a TV, having a TV. I want you to also understand that this cup's being raised to you because you can be so grateful about so much, that you have life, as I said, that you have access to the internet. I mean, you maybe even have arms, you have legs. Let's be grateful. Wonderful. That water is fantastic. If you've been sitting on your computer or looking at the internet, for a few hours now, I highly recommend that you hold your laptop or your whatever your device you're watching this on, and go with that. Go while you're watching this video to raise a cup as well. But not raise a cup as from me to you, but you raise a cup from yourself to me. So then rewind the video where I raise a cup to you and you can raise a cup to me. Oh my god, that just sounds ridiculous. So I want to continue this because, I mean, if something ends shortly and abruptly, what's the purpose in that, really? So what else can we do? Oh, I want to show you around my room. Imagine that you're in my room and we're best friends now. Okay? 3, 2, 1. Hey, how you doing, man? It's so nice to see you. Have you seen my room before? I know we spent a lot of time together. We've chatted quite a bit, especially when I couldn't sleep. Remember that one night? But I don't think you've seen my room. So here's a grand tour. There's virtually nothing in the room. I just have a normal bed. And if we come this side, don't you know I have weights on? I think I showed you a long time ago. And I was also telling you about, way back, remember way back, about how if you can't sleep, you might be able to read a book. And then, I don't know if you've seen the other room. Oh, something else I was going to show you was that here's a whole computer, laptop section, and all I really do is just try and load products and do my best to make some money so I can take my mom out for coffee. And then if I get bored and I can't sleep, I wake up, take out my phone and start recording videos. Because maybe one day, I don't know, would I get monetized? I've tried everything. short form, long form, thumbnails, stopping, putting edits, putting in screen recordings, doing everything. So now I've just not given up, because if I give up I don't get any results, but I'm just making this long form video, just speaking with one uncut thing, moving around my room, showing you this, showing you that. Oh, that actually proves that it's so late at night. Now, I have a question for you. Do you think that it's really late at night, or is it just really early in the morning? That's the question of the day. We've already passed the 10-minute mark. I think that it's time for me to go to bed.